co-founder of the Progressive Change Campaign Committee. He's raised more than $500,000 for Elizabeth Warren. Thanks to both of you for joining me tonight. Ethan, how scared is Wall Street of Elizabeth Warren?
They're pretty scared, and they have good reason to be. The Republicans and Wall Street see Warren as the best chance for Democrats and progressives to take a stand against this out-of-control capitalism that's been a problem for a long time. Before she even announced that she was running, the Republicans told Harvard to stop paying her. Once she announced her candidacy, they started calling her a communist. They are desperate in their attacks on Warren because they see in her a vision of affirmative government of the sort that Democrats and Republicans in both parties haven't really made in a long time.
Now, Adam, when we look at what Wall Street has given Brown, let's look at this chart from Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, Barclays, Paulson & Company, Morgan Stanley. It's pretty clear that they have lined up in the past behind Brown, and now with Elizabeth Warren in the race, they have even more of an incentive. How does Ms. Warren counter this?
Well, Al, the best way to fight corporate power is with people power. As you know, there is a hunger out there for some leader to step up and say it's time for Wall Street to be held accountable. It's time for the middle class to be put first and for Wall Street and the rich to pay their fair share. And I'm proud to announce right here on this show for the first time that Progressive Change Campaign Committee members have raised over $535,000 for Elizabeth Warren. And that's not big money checks. That's less than
That's great.
Less than $20 a pop.
Wait a minute,
so she
let's
has
go
the
slow
grassroots on her side.
Let's go slow on that. You're announcing this on Politics Nation, so we dramatize stuff here. This is the first time you've announced this, and you've raised $535,000, mostly in $20 contributions.
That's absolutely right.
Wow.
And again, that's because she is inspiring people across Massachusetts and across the nation with her message that nobody got rich by themselves. We need to pay it forward to the next kid to give them a chance. And I'm going to put the middle class first and ask Wall Street to finally pay their fair share and be accountable. That's resonating with people. And really, it's a model for all Democrats this cycle.
Now, Ethan, when you look at the polling, it shows that Warren is especially popular with middle and lower class voters. Middle class voters, people making between 40 and 100K, 48% of the vote is for Warren. 38% poll for Brown. It's an 11-point margin. Lower class people making under 40K. Warren's at 42%, Brown at 27%, 15-point margin. That says a lot.
It says, for 40, 50 years, the Republicans and the conservatives have made a concerted effort to diminish government. Warren, however, has made a very strong case for the role of government in policing us and giving us roads to drive on and giving us schools to educate our children in a way that few other politicians, frankly, have. So I think a lot of people see in Warren what's been missing from the political scene. And she speaks to people who feel that they haven't gotten a fair shake despite playing by the rules, despite working hard. Warren says, I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to defend the role of government in a free society.
Now, showing what you say is accurate, when she made that statement that no one got rich on their own, nobody got rich on their own, it was viewed 800,000 times. Shows it resonated with people. And, of course, they come after her. Karl Rove, Crossroads, spent $600,000 to run this ad trying to make Warren's support of the Occupy movement look bad. Look at this, Ethan, and give me your response.
Elizabeth Warren sides with extreme left protests. At Occupy Wall Street, protesters attack police, do drugs, and trash public parks. They support radical redistribution of wealth and violence. But Warren boasts, I created much of the intellectual foundation for what they do.
Ethan?
Well, Al, I think the proof is in the pudding. Last I checked, that ad had been viewed on YouTube about, 30,000 times. Whereas Warren's speech in defense of government, sort of an impromptu off-the-cuff speech, was viewed upwards of 800,000 times. People are sick and tired, I think, of Karl Rove's deceptive slash-and-burn politics. Elizabeth Warren, on her own, has made a simple, straightforward case for government.
Now, Adam, let me show that tape that was viewed over 800,000 times, because people on the right were saying that acting as if rich people just all of a sudden just created this wealth alone. And Elizabeth Warren stood up and said this.
There is nobody in this country who got rich on his own. Nobody. You built a factory out there, good for you, but I want to be clear. You moved your goods to market on the roads the rest of us paid for. Yep. You hired workers the rest of us paid to educate. You built a factory and it turned into something terrific or a great idea. God bless. Keep a big hunk of it. But part of the underlying social contract is you take a hunk of that and pay forward for the next kid who comes along.
Now, Adam, I again repeat, that was viewed over 800,000 times. I suspect it had a lot to do with that 535,000 that you announced here tonight that you raised. People want someone that will say that.
They do. That really inspires so many people. When that video came out, we put that on our website, boldprogressives.org, and it raised about $100,000 for Elizabeth Warren at the time. This weekend, over Thanksgiving, when a lot of things were quiet, we sent around Karl Rove's ad to our members, and again, posted it on our website, boldprogressives.org, and it raised another $100,000 for Elizabeth Warren. So again, the best way to fight corporate power is with people power. And I would point out one other thing, Al. There's a lot of dots here that deserve connecting. It's not an accident that Elizabeth Warren is seeing her rise at the same time that middle-class families are speaking out for Occupy Wall Street.
That's right.
It's not an accident that Bank of America was forced to cave on their fees.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to have to cut in, Adam. But congratulations. Thank you, Ethan. Thanks for your time. Both of you have a great weekend. I have to go to a hard break. We'll be right back.